you were
It's
steaming
so
all
easy
day.
to drink. Yeah.
I genuinely come home from that holiday, genuinely, and I still remember like rattling.
Really?
Like the
Because you
shakes.
drank so much.
Folk wouldn't say that.
What? It doesn't even sound like a Scottish word.
I know.
No, I know.
We'll have a nice
I know you.
lunch.
That's why I'm saying it because I know.
Yeah,
you.
but you can go and have a few
I'm
beers.
surprised. Like, are you going to actually attend?
Aye.
Are you?
We'll have lunch and that, and it'll be nice. Yes.
Nice. What did we talk
team
about?
building.
Dad, we've been fighting for beef. We just feel like turkey. There's a reason you're not eating it all year round.
Oh, I see the person drifting out. I'm phoning that like they're gonna kill somebody. So 999's it. I've been Cammy.
I've been Iona.
And we're all
Fed by farmers.
Hello and welcome to the Fed by Farmers podcast with me, Cammy Wilson.
And me, Iona Murray.
We are doing a Friday chat. It's been a
I
while.
know.
We should do more. Just life gets in the way. I'm sick of life getting in the way of everything.
Of the podcast. I know. The
Of the
podcast should be number one.
Of all sorts, vlogging. It's just hard to balance and juggle everything. But we're here for a Friday. Who are we going to thank first of all, Iona?
Our sponsors.
We give thanks, as always, to Crystalyx and Tracesure. Bolus, we have, I think, all my bolusing. Is my bolusing done? Yeah, I think my bolusing's done for the year. Because I did all my U-Hogs. And yeah, it'll just be Crystalyx next. I think I've got 3 ton on the way, hopefully. Graham, if you're listening. We're running low on supplies, so we'll get that out to the sheep probably. February time, something like that. Depends, if we get some snow, we always pop it out a bit earlier as well. Now, on to random chat and gossip as we do for a Friday. Have you thought about what's been happening?
Have you got some gossip for me?
I don't really have any gossip. I have a good story to tell.
I want to. Let's go straight
We'll
in.
start with mine.
Yeah.
Should we not start with your rubbish story and then do mine next?
No, because people might turn off if they hear me first.
Okay, so I'll keep them hooked. But then know that the anticipation of my good story.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Might
Like
keep them.
Yeah, it's like if they do my story first, then they know it's downhill from there, you know?
Yeah, yep, true. I want to hear your story.
Right, tell me yours. Tell me what you've done this week first though, come on.
Okay, I was working, went out in Ayr on Saturday. Me and Rachel were meant to be going to the pantomime.
Rachel and I,
were meant to go to the pantomime.
Wellington. It's unbelievable. I would love just to sit in a class at Wellington.
Why?
Just see what happens. Look, it's class.
What do you mean? Because of how I am?
What?
Because you don't think I get taught anything?
No, just like, you think grammar's like 101. Not that my grammar's particularly good. I just like, do you know why I like correcting people in that one?
Why?
Because it's in Still Game.
Oh, is it?
Scottish people will know Still Game is a comedy in Scotland. The comedy in Scotland. It's the greatest Scottish comedy ever, I think. Off the top of my head, yeah, I think it is. And
like in your opinion or like officially?
Nah, I think that's fairly official.
Right.
Guys, you can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. There'll be some maybe old school boys with some other patter, but older comedies. But actual like
Still Game's great.
yeah, actual comedy because it's so nice. You can watch it. Although a lot of them are taken off Netflix now because they're not PC. But
really?
Yeah. There's a few homophobic references and stuff,
right?
As we used to do back in those days, and times have changed, and quite rightly so. But I just think when it's old stuff that's been done and it was of its time, it's it's not being offensive intentionally. It's just wee quips.
Yeah,
and stuff.
things were different back then.
It was just different, But there's a bit where Jack and Victor go into the pub and they say something along the lines of, "Me and Victor are going to do this," and Bobby the barman goes, "It's Victor and I," and then Victor goes, "No, it's me and Jack." It's
funny.
It's very good. So now whenever somebody says that's the only reason I think of that bit of grammar. It's Victor and I, Rachel and I.
Rachel and
And that's like been so funny if you went, "No, it's me and Rachel." Anyway, next time, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Right, so tell me, sorry, you and Rachel went clubbing?
Rachel and I were meant to be going to the pantomime. She'd booked tickets, and then anyway, as it turned out, we realised it was on for like 2 hours and 45 minutes, which I can't believe because I'm like, kids go to the pantomime.
Yeah, but you have a big break in the middle, don't you? That is a long time.
It's a long time to be at the Gaiety in Ayr. And it was Saturday night, so we'd had a few. Rachel's boyfriend had made us some cocktails at the flat, so we were just having a nice time.
What kind of cocktails?
French martinis.
Okay, what's in them?
I don't know. Sugar, pineapple juice.
Is it pineapple juice?
Vodka. Yeah, definitely was putting pineapple juice in.
Right. Sugar and pineapple juice. I don't like this
syrup.
already.
And then, I know, weirdly
too
not
much.
that. Then I think maybe lime juice. Nice, really, really nice. What?
I had no idea that's what's in a French martini. I honestly can't think of ever having a French martini in my life.
But
I've had one of those espresso ones
yeah.
where it's like the wee coffee beans in the top.
Yep.
Because somebody told me one time, oh, it's good, it'll make you feel less tired. Because I get, see, by like 10:30.
Yeah, you're ready for home.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what's happened to me. That's maybe like 2 weekends out till the lights come on in the club. I don't do that.
There you go.
Weird, I've changed.
It's good. It's good though. You have more chance of connecting with people if you actually go out.
True.
It's good to get out. That's a still game quote as well. There's a bit. Sorry, folks. But if you know still game, you'll love this. And if you don't know still game, you should watch it, whether you're Scottish or not. There's a bit where they think Jack and Victor. These are the two old boys that are still game. That's the idea. They're old boys, but they're still game. And Jack and Victor, they think Jack and Victor are gay.
Right.
And that's the rumour going about. So Bobby the barman happens to see them out, and it just so happens they're shopping for curtains. And he goes in and, all right, guys, I want you to know you're always welcome at the pub. And they're like, aye, right, thanks, Bobby. Why is he acting all weird? And he goes, I think it's great that you have came out. And they go, aye, it's good to get out. It's just so it's just so you in Scottish life, especially people my age, there's just so many quotes you use on a daily basis that are from still games.
Yeah.
It's good to get it. Anyway, sorry about that tangents. So yes, you're on your. So yeah, I've had an espresso martini.
Yes.
What other ones have I had?
Margarita. That's my favourite one.
I don't think I've had a margarita. What's margarita?
That's like the tequila lime juice. It's got salt on the rim.
I can't think I've ever had that one. I'm not a massive salt on the rim fan. Disgusting. And I have had the pineapple one. No, the coconut one.
Pina colada.
Yes, I've had
Meal in
that.
itself.
Had that.
Yeah.
Went to. Oh, and a strawberry daiquiri.
Oh, of course.
I've had those too.
Would you have it frozen, like a kind of slushy?
I think it was in Cancun many years ago.
Yeah.
16 years ago or something like that. And it was like, everything was like a nice slushy.
Yeah.
And because it's Cancun and it's sunny.
Refreshing.
Oh, it was good. That was good. And it's just like juice, so you were like, you were steaming
so
all
easy
day.
to drink. Yeah.
I genuinely come home from that holiday, genuinely, and I still remember like rattling.
Really?
Like the
Because you
shakes.
drank so much?
Yeah, I went climbing a Munro like a couple of days after I come back. A Munro's a mountain in Scotland, and rattling, like
Really?
gasping, like the shakes, like.
Oh my God,
Off
Cammy.
Aye, yeah, because I was 14. This was crazy.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
it's the last holiday I went on for 2 weeks actually, and that was 16 years ago. You just drank those pina coladas and
All day.
daiquiris all day.
Was it that kind of way that you never actually got drunk? Like you weren't really
Yeah,
drunk?
no.
You were just constant, but you were just
You'd be
constantly
tipsy
drinking.
probably all the time,
Uh-huh.
but they were just so refreshing, so tasty. You'd drink them all day by the pool, out in the sun. You'd have your late afternoon nap, then you'd go out and go to a restaurant or.
Yep.
Coco Bongos was a big place in Cancun that's like crazy. It's like the Mask and all that, and like Beetlejuice. And
I went.
have you been? Have you been to Cancun?
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah,
you know what it's like,
yeah.
and it's like the even the drinking there's crazy because it's like free pour. Like
It was cheap, Cancun.
it was. Well, that's why I went.
Yeah.
But Bacardi and all that like must be like made in Cancun because they just pour it about like it's water.
Yeah.
Like it's unreal. But yeah, so I come back absolutely rattling, and that was my first kind of this is what it must be like to be a bit when you get dependent on
on
alcohol.
it. Yeah,
it was bad.
withdrawal.
So yeah, sorry. Enough of my tangents. Go back to what's happening with you were out. Rachel and I were
Rachel
out.
and I were out. So
What did you get for English?
A.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable.
Why?
I'm only joking.
but I
You'd be good
know
at
it
English.
would be- I know
English.
it-
You'd be good. I'm only joking. I'm winding you up. I know you're very good at English. You have very neat handwriting. I can't remember all the things it's judged on, but yeah, you have very neat handwriting.
Handwriting is not one of them.
I don't know then. I don't know how that's happened. I'm sorry. I'm joking. Right, continue this because I've got a very good story. Right,
Right,
continue
go
this.
on, tell me your
No,
story.
no,
Tell
no,
me
right,
your
you're
story.
out. And what club were you in?
We went, where did we go? We went to go to the Buff in Prestwick, but
Oh, yeah, it's
queued
live-
right down.
live music?
Queued right down. Yes.
Is the Buff the Irish one? It's green. Or is that Scruffy Duffy's?
No, that's Scruffy Duffy's.
It's
But-
got live
but-
music, I think.
Yeah, no, Buff doesn't.
Okay.
So we went to Vix and the Vine. You know, what was Elliot's before?
Okay.
Vix and the Vine. That's where we're going for our Christmas day out.
Yes, we're having a Christmas day on Monday 23rd.
How are you feeling about it? Are you excited?
No, not at all. Sorry. Sorry.
No, I know.
We'll have a nice
I know you.
lunch.
That's why I'm saying it because I know.
Yeah, but you can go and have a few
I'm
beers.
surprised. Like, are you going to actually attend?
Aye.
Are you?
We'll have lunch and that, and it'll be nice. Yes.
Nice. What did we
Team,
talk
team
about?
building.
Crystalyx Extra High Energy Feed Blocks have been providing high energy supplementation to ewes, lambs, and rams in the UK since 1978. Packed full of protein, vitamins, minerals, and trace elements, Crystalyx Extra High Energy has been proven to increase live lamb numbers and improve lamb daily live weight gain at a cost of only 4 to 7 pence per ewe per day. To view the full Crystalyx range and find your nearest stockist, visit crystalyx-global.com.
Probably exactly what I'm talking about just now. Like,
Yeah.
how Wellington is structured and how they dish out the grades. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I think it's amazing this day and age that you can just buy grades. Like, I think it's incredible. So moving on to the rest of the night, it went quite well.
Yes, fun night.
Okay. Do you think English is quite an emotional thing? See, just what I'm thinking about it. I get a C for English.
Right.
I wasn't good at English. I was good at talking during English.
Okay.
And I used to get made to read out things constantly to stop me talking to other people. But do you know, I think English is quite an emotional subject.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like your maths, your physics, that there's clear rights, wrongs. It's
Yeah.
black and white.
Yeah.
English isn't. It's subjective, and it's basically how you put your point across. And if you're able to do that well, then it actually doesn't really matter what your point is.
Yeah, like that's a good way of doing it. Mm-hmm. That's a good way of analysing it, I would say. Because I got a C. I mean, I must have just scraped a C. But I just never liked it.
Did you not?
No, because it was such a nonsense. A lot of the stuff he was talking about. It's like, what do you think he meant by this and all that? It's like, I think he was just trying to write a good book. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like,
yeah.
I do not. I would love to know if these authors, these books that we analyse.
No chance.
We did the Truman Show, right? As one, like you do obviously a film as part of it. What film did you do?
We didn't do a film.
Oh,
No.
Sorry. We're lowbrow. So we did a film, wheeled the old TV out and all that. And it was a Truman Show, right? And you had to analyse scenes and what do you think they meant by this and that? And I was just like, it's just a film, mate. It's just,
Yeah, I do agree with that.
just enjoy it.
Yeah.
It meant it to be funny. Like,
I know.
and that's why I just could never get into it. I'm like, this is absolute nonsense.
Yeah, like some of the things fair play, then they would have thought, but yeah, a lot of it in the meaning behind X, Y, and Z, and it's like, no, or why this person was called this because it had this derivative, and it's like, no, it wasn't.
Even spelling annoys me a little bit.
Right? Why?
Well, that's one great thing about Scots, that the written word of Scots is that it's phonetically spelled.
Yes, it makes sense.
And you can, and it really doesn't matter how you spell it, as long as you can read it and you know what it is. And that's my issue with spelling. It's like they make such a big thing, more so with dyslexic kids, and they try to make them like, oh, you can't spell this and that, as if it matters.
You're so right. You're
Like,
so right.
There's a great thing that was going about Facebook years ago where it's like, it's something, as long as the first letter,
Yeah.
have you
saw
seen that?
Yep.
As long as the first, I'll put it on the screen just now if we can, as long as the first letter and the last letter is correct, and you have all the letters of the word in the middle, you can put them in any order.
And you can read it.
And
Your
you can
brain reads it.
you can read the sentence.
It's mad though, isn't it? Like,
and that's why spelling doesn't matter.
no, it doesn't matter.
Like, it's okay if you're going to be a spelling teacher, right, and that's your thing, fine. But in day-to-day life,
No, and also even now with the computers and phones, how often do you actually write something? How that you need to spell
and
correctly?
your phone can tell you if it's wrong and correct it. Which is another example why it doesn't matter. I suppose maybe that's why as a population we're maybe getting worse at spelling, but that doesn't worry me one bit. Like, and I know some people will be right up to it, but I do not believe. Okay, yes, spelling in some ways is a sign of a type of intelligence, that kind of real good memory retention, but it's not really a sign of intelligence on the whole.
No.
Do you know what I mean? But quite often people are made to feel stupid because they can't spell.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
and
agree
that
with that.
always annoys me when folk pick up on their spelling.
Yep.
Folks spelling. You'll see it a lot on social media.
Well, it's
like,
an
it
easy
doesn't mean-
dig. It's an
it's
easy. It's an
cheap.
easy. It's cheap.
It's a cheap dig.
But see, even like you would have like when I was on the apps, and like boys would have in their bio like basically like X, like, they do X, like not being able to use your and your correctly, or there and there, and it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. That's maybe a bit different in spelling though, in fairness.
Why? Because that's grammar.
It's probably more grammar.
Not the theirs.
No, I think so. I think it is. How not?
Well, I know it's grammar, but also if
they
people
are over there, it's theirs.
Yeah, no,
Belonging to.
I know that, but there's 3 different ways to spell a word that sounds the same. So it is spelling.
Yeah, I mean, the English language, that's the crazy thing. Like, it's just made up by some mentalist.
Like, how did they come up with spelling of words?
That's what I mean, just absolute.
Or how did words start?
Absolute, some guy sitting having a laugh, and he'll be like, I bet they teach Wayne's this. I bet they sit Wayne's and tell them, oh, you're so silly, you should know this. And like the guy's like, no, make that one THERE, right? Right? No, listen, hear me out. I know you're laughing. Make this one THEIR, right? But then tell them the story that it's I before E, except after C, but not in there. It'll be a laugh. Wait till you see the like, but miss, they'll have no idea. No, listen, do it. Write it down. Come on. And honestly, I hope I've spelled there right, did I? Can we check that? Is it THEIR? Can we just check that? Just because I would look very silly making a joke about that if I did get it wrong. But is it, Iona? You got an A?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, THEIR. Oh, that's okay. Do you want to panic myself there? Because when you're making a joke.
I know.
So, but you see, it's like I before E, except after C.
But not in there.
Not in there, and various other ones. Isn't it? It's the whole English language. And like draw means like 4 different things. The word draw is mental. Like, you imagine trying to teach someone the English language.
What do you mean? Draw as in like physically draw a picture?
So like draw a cartoon.
Yep.
Right? You can draw a gun. You can draw a game of like football.
Like score.
Yeah,
tool.
draw. So it's all DRAW is the spelling. And what was the other? I think the other one I was going to say is you can draw a bath, but that's maybe the same kind of draw as drawing a gun.
How do you draw a bath?
You just run a bath.
Oh, I would never say draw a bath.
No?
No? Is that a Scottish thing?
Would English people say draw a bath? It's maybe it sounds Scottish now you say it.
Yeah,
we would say draw a bath.
Would you?
Draw me a bath, aye.
Run a bath? I would just
draw
say
me
run a bath.
There's a good one. That probably is very Scottish now you said that. Draw me a bath. It's one of those things. It's amazing when I'm talking to Lizzie, just the things.
Is it?
That she'll be like, what does that mean? And you don't even realise it's Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
The best one, the best Scottish one that people don't realise is it therein?
People don't recognise out with.
Out with, that's it. Therein, out with, it's all, aye. Out with is Scottish.
What?
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
What? So people wouldn't say that in other countries?
Out with this country. Folk wouldn't say that.
What? It doesn't even sound like a Scottish word.
I know. It's not Scottish words, it's 2 English words, but it's a Scottish phrase that people don't say.
And it's weird because
they would say
it's
outside.
so generic. It's not like
yeah,
out
well,
with,
posh people say it. Do you know posh people say it? Do you want to see if we're going to talk about gripes? See, because we're coming up to Burns. I do this gripe every year. One gripe I have is people telling their kids to speak properly. So kids, especially in nursery, will speak Scots, and then parents that think they're hoity-toity will say, or speak properly, don't speak like that. Then it comes round to Burns night, and they're all like, learn your Burns. Oh, he's fantastic. Oh, he's great. He can do Tam O'Shanter and all that. But the rest of the year, it's like, speak properly.
Yeah.
You know, and Scots is actually a recognised language, and it's our cultural heritage here in Ayrshire.
And let's keep it going.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm very passionately proud of it, and it does, every time I hear a parent go, speak properly.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like what was beaten into kids, like back during the post-Battle of Culloden, when it's like, you know, you will speak English, drop that Gaelic nonsense. Anyway, that's my wee rant. Jeez.
I'm just thinking as well, sorry, this will be out the Friday before Christmas. Like, we're so close to Christmas.
Yes. When is Christmas? A Wednesday?
Wednesday. So that's about on the Friday and then it's a Wednesday. What are you doing for Christmas this year?
Just at home.
Yeah.
Pretty boring. Yeah.
Just you, Lizzie, the boys?
5 of us.
Money?
Yeah. Oh, my mum might be coming as well.
Right.
Yeah, I think Mum is coming. I think it's just 6 of us then.
Nice.
Yeah, 6 of us. Yeah, it'll be fine. Pretty.
What would we be having? Turkey?
No, I don't think we are. I think just a bit of beef.
Are you?
We are boring people. Can I just, like, guys, if you could experience Lizzie and I's life, like, we are the most boring. Like, we do our work, we go home, we get the Waynes to bed, we have a cup of tea, we go to bed every night.
Happy
pretty much.
though? Content?
Oh, it's like, see if I have a break, see if I'm away with landlord or something like that. All I want to do is have a cup. I'm like, I just want to be at home having a cup of tea and go to my bed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine though.
We have started watching Black Doves on Netflix.
Right.
So we'll watch generally kids to bed, kettle straight on, cup of tea, watch one episode or something, then go to bed.
Yeah.
So Black Doves just now.
Right, what is that?
Tell you how boring and miserable I am though. The episodes are a bit long. Like 55 minutes. It's getting your line a lot much. It is good. It is good, but I'm like, God, like, You know, well, I am a believer. Like, what is the point in sitting up late?
Yeah, no, so am I.
Like, there is no point.
No.
Like, you are literally wasting your life away sitting in front of a TV. Once the kids are in bed and you've had your dinner and you've sat for a minute, you know, you're wasting your life away waiting up to midnight.
Yeah, no, I
Like-
would agree.
Like, get to bed, back at 9, at 10 o'clock, bed. You can be up at 6 and
Yep.
had your 8 hours sleep. That's me and my wee rant. But yeah, Black Dove's very good.
Right, okay.
Keira Knightley.
Yeah. Oh, good cast.
I've not seen her for a while.
No.
Really like her.
Yep.
She's just like, she's very posh,
Yes.
but she's very fun.
Yes.
You know, she's got that wee bit about her that,
yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
you know, she's chancy. Would you say chancy?
Chancy. She's chancy. Yeah.
What does chancy mean? Is that like you have a chance?
No, just a bit. Just a bit.
She could be good to the boys.
Oh, maybe sometimes.
Aye, she's got that wee
Just,
bit about her then.
just, yeah.
So yeah, it's Keira Knightley. There's the girl that's off of Happy Valley that was the police officer.
Yes,
Yes,
Sarah Lancashire.
that sounds right. Sarah
Yeah.
Lancashire. So she's like M in it. It's a kind of spy thing.
Okay.
So she's like the boss, and then I don't think there's anybody else that I recognise in it that I can think of just now. But fairly good cast. Storyline's going all right. We're only 3 episodes in.
Nice.
It's going
Good
quite
watch.
good. But if anyone's looking for something, I just like Kieran. I think she's fun.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
about her's fun. Like, she's good.
Have you seen Moana 2's out?
Yeah. Is it mad that I kind of want to go and see it, but I don't want to take the boys?
No, I don't think that's mad
Because
at
they'll
all.
ruin it for
I
me.
don't think that's mad at all. My sister went. She said it's not nearly as good as the first.
I knew this would happen.
I know, but then that's what I'm terrified with Gavin and Stacey. Their
But
Christmas
this isn't-
special.
But they've done loads of Christmas specials
Apparently
and they're
it's
all
an hour
good.
and a half.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gavin and Stacey's coming out as well. When is that out?
Christmas Day, 9
Christmas
o'clock.
Day, 9 p.m.
Yep.
I have seen out the trailer for it. It'll be fine. It's cheap, easy laughs. Gavin and Stacey, and see if it ends with Nessa and.
Smithy.
But I don't think they will.
Be together? No, I think they'll still leave a little something for us.
I just think it's too obvious.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get together. Gavin and Stacey's another huge UK show. Everybody in the UK
It's
will know
great.
that show. Everybody. And even abroad, you might know it is very, very... James Corden, if you're American,
Oh, yeah.
James Corden, who was huge in America, is the main star of it and the writer of it, along with
Ruth Jones.
who is absolutely hilarious.
is.
She is the main star of Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah, she has. She's brought out books that I'm actually like really enjoying. Like
What, like fiction books?
Fiction books, yeah.
Oh, like, who's the big guy? Richard Osmond?
Oh, aye, House
Murder
of
Mystery
Games.
Club.
Yeah. Did you read any of his?
No, but I maybe will, because he...
I really liked it. I've only read his first one. Rachel read the whole series and she loved it.
Yeah. He's good. He's on that Rest of His Entertainment podcast.
Oh, is he?
He's just a funny guy without
Yeah.
being awkward, or he's just clever wit. You know, he is a bit of a maverick.
You seen 1% Club's back on?
Yeah, you like
And it's
that,
on
eh?
every night?
Is it?
Yeah.
I like the 1% Club's a quiz here in the UK. It's good, but it's too much waffling.
Ailey, my sister, was telling me you can get the app on the phone and it brings up the questions that have been on the show.
Okay.
So you can play it on your phone.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
just my final thing. We're having beef this year for the first time ever.
And Christmas?
Yep.
That's so be.
Yeah.
we
First
go.
time ever we're not having turkey ever in my life.
And why is that?
Dad, we've been fighting for beef. We just feel like turkey, there's a reason you're not eating it all year round.
Oh, what's the reason?
It's just not that great. Like I would say beef is better.
Beef is, there's no question, beef is better. But I do like a wee bit of turkey,
I
just
know I do as well.
a wee bit of gravy, a bit of stuffing.
I know.
Pigs
I
and
know.
blankets.
I know.
We used to always have the two. We used to always have turkey and a big ham, a big pickled ham
Oh, nice.
kind of joint that you could just slice as you
Delicious.
want. And it would be there for like 3 days.
Yeah,
and you just
you'd
slice
just
away
go
bits.
away.
You'd have pieces in ham, pieces in
So
turkey.
good.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, I do like turkey. We had a goose.
So you did. You loved that goose.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
How mad is it we've been doing this for a year? Like, see, you talking about, I remember us speaking about that in the podcast.
Yeah, we're over a year
last
now with this podcast. It's crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, I had goose and wow.
Loved it.
Didn't know what to expect. I just thought, I didn't know what to expect. I just thought it'd be like chicken.
Yep. But it
it's-
was more gamey, was it?
Oh, very gamey,
Mm-hmm.
but just really tasty. Hard to get, very expensive. I think it's more expensive in Turkey. I think it is very.
Oh, really?
I think it's very expensive for a goose, which is why like only posh people like Lizzie's brother and that eat it.
Are they posh?
Nah, I'm just winding them up because you'll probably hear this. Listens to it round here. Shout out to Ross. Oh, Ross and Jenny, they get married. Did we ever mention that here? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you went to.
So yeah, that's.
Well, does Jock? Sorry.
I know you go to
No,
Jock.
I was just going to say, does Jock have any sort of idea about Christmas? What the chat is, or what's?
Oh yeah, he gets excited about Santa. He really likes the Grinch.
It does
He likes the Grinch. Yeah, I'll insert a wee video of him giving the Grinch a high five here, and he's more excited. Angus has no idea,
No.
but he doesn't really.
He
doesn't get about presents and that. He doesn't know anything about presents.
Okay.
Or that. It's just he likes the lights, and he knows it's a Christmas tree. He should know it's a Christmas tree. We've had it up in the house for over a year.
Yeah, what's the crack with that?
Yeah, it's over a year now. We've
Still
had that
up,
tree up.
you
Over a
just-
year. We're
Have
now
you
a year past.
decorated it, or do you
Nah,
just?
we never decorated it last year either.
Didn't decorate it?
No. We just can't decorate it now. It'd be a fire hazard. It's just tinder. It's absolute tinder. You don't want to put in any sort of heat source near it.
I cannot believe you've had that for a whole year.
I can. But that shows like we leave that, we get up in the morning, we have our breakfast, kids dressed, out the door, and then we don't come back till it's dark, and it's home, dinner,
Bed.
bit of the whole pantomime of the bed routine.
Yeah.
Time you get that done, that's 2-3 hours of your night to get all that done, and if there's bathing and whatever,
Yep.
teeth brushing, all that stuff, and then we have our cup of tea, there, bed. You know what I'm saying? It's mad, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it is mad how we live. It's proper nomadic type way of life. But that's because there's sheep everywhere. Like the farm isn't out our back door.
Exactly.
We live in a rented farmhouse, but there's no ground attached to the farmhouse. It's all away from home. So you pack up in the morning with everything
And
you
that's
need.
you.
And
Like,
that's you for the day.
you're not nipping back in, or it's not like Lizzie could stay in for an extra couple hours and you could take the kids out for a bit, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like we're always... We have to take a packed lunch, or we get lunch on the go.
Yeah.
Like you can't just nip in the house and get a cup of tea and make a sandwich at lunchtime or whatever.
Like literally the simple things that people like
that I took for
me
granted
would
growing
take
up.
so for granted. Like
me growing up,
Yeah.
We were a single income household. Mum was always there when I got home from school. Soup,
yeah.
sandwiches ready for us. Then out the door, your dad was always at the back door because that's where the farm was.
Uh-huh.
Out the back door.
Yeah.
Lambing time you could go. God, lambing time you'd go 2-3 weeks in the car. Apart from Mum nipping to the shops,
You wouldn't leave?
Well, my dad would never be in the car.
No, my dad's the same.
Yeah, it's just the bike or we had a buggy thing back then as well. But yeah, like for 3 weeks, whereas I'm in the car every day running about to all the bits of ground. But hey, I think I've got it great. Like anyone try to get started in farming, and this is the thing about perspective. It's like, yeah, I'd love to have that situation, but perspective, there's 1,000 people listening to this podcast who want to get started in farming, who would love to have the bits of ground I've got and the opportunities I've had.
Yep.
And when I started this, 25 was when I got my first sheep. So 9 years ago, when I started, almost 10 years ago when I started with sheep, it seemed impossible to even get an acre of ground. Never mind, where we are now. So you've got to enjoy perspective. Enjoy.
It's so true.
So to finish your thing, anything chancy happen on your night out?
No.
I'm trying to use this chancy term. I'm not really sure.
I'm not going to say it. There was here.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's inappropriate. Sorry. Does chancy mean like how you doing? Is that what chancy means? Just clarify it a bit for me.
Yeah.
Or does chancy just mean flirty?
Does
it mean a lot of things?
It means a lot of things. I think you're right in the right realm.
Okay.
All of that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah, it was a good night.
Good night. Fun night.
Okay. So we'll take that as a yes. Do you want to hear my story now?
Yes,
We're
please.
30 minutes in. This is going to be our longest Friday chat ever.
Are we?
Yeah.
Most foragers don't supply sheep and cattle with enough cobalt, copper, iodine and selenium, critical to digestion, immunity, reproduction and growth. When it comes to supplementation, there's a danger of under or oversupply. But when bolusing with Animax Tracesure, you can be sure every animal has enough for up to 6 months in one single application. Animax, giving what it takes.
Sorry, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Listen, it's just a blether in your ear. Everybody knows what the Friday chat is now, though.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, people have been asking me where it is.
Yeah, I know.
People were asking me when I was out in the air.
I know. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So my story.
Go on.
Last week, I meant to do one last week and talk about this. So I'm driving along Loughleabo Road, which some people will know in Ayrshire, and car in front of me starts braking and puts her hazard lights on.
Right.
And I thought, it must be something in the road ahead, or whatever. So obviously I ease up, and I'm kind of trying to look by him a little bit and pull out a little bit to see what's coming ahead. And he drives on, puts his hazards off, keep driving on, but there's nothing there. I'm like, that was a bit kind of funny, and I'm kind of looking ahead. Next I see the car in front. He slowed right down now. The car in front of them is bloody the other side of the road, and then coming back over. I'm
God.
I'm like, this guy's pissed, or he's on. Like at first I thought maybe they're on their phone, so I followed just for a couple.
So you're 2 cars behind.
So I'm 2 cars behind,
Right.
and I can't get close. I can't see the number plate. I know it's a Ford. It's a type of Ford car. I think it ended up being a C Sport or something, a C something, and it's way ahead. So I'm trying to watch. This car's obviously quite rightly keeping back.
Yeah.
And it goes across. It actually goes into the left hand, catches the verge, and then rips back across.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I thought, no, this guy's, even if they're on the phone, like they're
This is
taking it.
dangerous.
Yeah, because there's like things out, like people on their phone couldn't care less. That nothing to do with me. Like,
Yep.
not my business. People drink driving, hate it.
Yeah.
Mainly because, well, I've dealt with not specifically dealt with. Although I've dealt with loads of drink drivers, being the city centre as a cop, dealt with loads of them. Plenty that had crashed into things and that. But I remember coming on the morning after, a drunk driver had went the wrong way down the slip road at the M77 and wiped out a whole family. Pished, went down the slip road the wrong way and wiped out a whole family. This would be this could be 10 years ago now. And honestly, it's one thing I have no time for at all. So I see the person drifting out. I was like, I'm phoning that, like they're gonna kill somebody. So 999's it as we're driving, and I'm on the phone and I say, listen, this person's.
What kind of time of day was this?
Oh, this is like 9 a.m.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. This is first thing in the morning. Yeah, because I'd done my first scanning job in dark. Yeah, it was dark when I got to my first scanning job, and I was heading to my next scanning job at Renfrew.
Right.
No, Kilmacombe, I think it was. And so it must have been, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So first thing in the morning. So I'm just thinking they're still pissed from the night before.
Yeah.
But like
It's
most
like they're
people,
too drunk.
Yeah. Well, like most people when they're drunk, you can't tell they're drunk,
Yeah.
right? Because they know they're drunk.
Yep.
And they drive
Like
really well.
Yeah.
Like not really well, but not enough that you'd ever notice.
No, they're not veering off the.
Well,
verge.
usually how drunk people get caught out is they don't put their lights on. Although modern cars, that's not such an issue.
okay.
But what used to happen is they'd be so focused on like, geez, right, drive right. They don't even think about the fact they don't have their lights on. And then
Right.
they're an easy target for the police to
Yeah,
be
of
like,
course.
let's just pull them and see why they don't have their lights on.
Yeah,
and then
drunk.
you get caught. Whereas when they're driving like this person's gone. Like, they are gone. So we're following. I'm on the phone to the police. I'm giving them updates. And I can't get near it to get the Reggie number. But I'm following, and I'm giving the gap. And as I kid you not, honestly, so there's 2 real close ones. They come round a bend, Lochleabo Road, on the wrong side of the road. And then a car came, and the oncoming car ended up catching the verge to avoid them. They swerved back across, held it together somehow, still on this thing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, the guy on the phone. I'm like, get these traffic boys here. Because I know the traffic in Ayrshire come from Irvine usually, so Lochleabo Road's quite handy for, it's not the worst anyway. And they can do 100 mile an hour like it's nothing. So anyway, I'm saying to girl, I just cannot get close enough to get the Reggie because this guy in front of me is going slow, which was quite right for him to do.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm following, and eventually they turn, and then they're going the Bar Mill to Beath Road. And anyone knows that road, it's shockingly tight and bendy.
It is.
And they come up round the bend just at the top of a hill where there's a couple of houses. And I ram a learner, well, I don't know if it's a learner driver driving, but it's a learner driver car. They have to dive into the verge. She's right in the middle of the road. Unbelievable, honestly. And I says to the girls, I says to the girl speaking to on the phone, is like, if she was nicking on fairly, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Well, I said to her, listen, if I get a chance, I'm just going to pull in front of her and like,
Stop her.
Because I'm not actually interested in them getting done, and we'll get to that
No.
point. I just want to stop somebody getting killed.
Yep.
So I'm like, if I get a chance, I'm just going to pull this in front of her and stop her. I'll just rip them and take the keys off her. So I'll keep you guys on the phone. I'm just going to open that door and take the keys off her.
Yeah.
And
what are they
at that
saying?
point, I didn't know it was a female, I will say, but I'm like, I don't care. It was a female, but I'm going to rip the keys off her. So we follow her, but there's no.
You can't. How do you
And I
get
tell you
in
what,
front?
there's a wee mini roundabout at. That's maybe Bar Mill. Where was I talking about? Anyway, there's a wee mini roundabout on that road. didn't pause for a second, man. Just, don't get me wrong, you can kind of see, so fair enough. But I'm thinking when you're drunk, you're usually quite cautious.
Yeah.
Man, she just tears round that corner because I thought that's my chance. I'll get round
You
her
can get back,
and I'll
yeah,
just block
yeah,
this
yeah.
roundabout and get her out of here. No, away she went, and on she got. I never got a chance. And even when I got to the junction at Beath, which is really bad, that many people will know, to come onto that road to head to Lochwinnoch, the one time there's no traffic, every time you go there you have to sit. It was like boom, and away she went. It's like it's like I just like it was so quick. She was like they were not messing about. And then so followed her down that road again, still on the phone, give them updates. At this point, I've gave the Reggie number.
Right, okay.
So I'm like, at least I'll be able to get
even if you
well,
lose
if I
her.
lose her, because I said I'm not going to follow her forever if your guys don't hurry up. But I wanted to try and stop her. So next thing, she goes into the petrol station on that little Libre Road.
Right.
And I thought, ideal. She stopped. That's fine. The boys will get her here. And I'm giving them an update, a description of her. And I'm sitting, but she doesn't get out and fuel up. She just sits. So I'm guessing she knew I was following her.
Right, okay.
Because I'd been right up her arse. I should say as well, like when she nearly hit that learner driver, I was right up her arse,
Right, okay.
flashing and beeping,
Yeah, okay.
being an absolute nuisance
To try and
to make her straighten up.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
did work, to be fair.
Did it?
To be fair, she stayed within the lines after that.
Right, okay.
As far as I remember. Like, so I just kept doing it.
Right,
like every
okay.
time I just kept beeping and flashing.
Yeah.
Well, part of me was hoping she would maybe stop.
Yeah.
Or she'd be terrified, which suited me fine because I wanted her to sharpen up.
Yeah.
And to be like, oh my God, what's happening here?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because she was in her own world. So that did work, to be fair. And I think she maybe stopped there for that reason. Well, she absolutely did stop there.
Yeah,
she didn't
she
get
didn't.
out. She stopped and waited at a petrol pump. Didn't get out. And I stopped and I thought, oh, that's fine. She'll sit there. And I thought, in hindsight, that was my chance to get in front of her and block her in. But I just thought, that's fine. The guys couldn't be far away by that point. And to be fair, they were updating me where they were. They went far away. But just as they were not too far away, she pulled out down the road and then turned her right up into some cottage up there. And I just said to the boy, she's at this house. And that was fine. And then they phoned me later on to say that actually she wasn't drunk, she was high as a kite.
Really?
So there you go. Aye. So,
What on?
oh, I wouldn't know. But yeah, she was high.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a people carrier. It was like a Ford C-Class, like 7-seater. Like, yeah. But honestly, like, that is how easy it is to kill someone. Like,
There's multiple occasions in that story where that could have happened.
oh, like, I mean, I've dealt with a lot. I've been in the police. I've dealt
Yeah.
with a lot of things. Like, and my blood was up. Like, it was. Yeah, you're about to watch somebody
So
die.
selfish.
Oh, yeah. It's one thing doing it, but if you do it, know you're pissed and stay in the bloody. Don't drive, obviously. But if you like that, is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a difference between having 2 beers and being marginally over and nipping, which is still wrong, 100% still wrong. But what she was doing
Yeah, that
was
was
totally out of her
yeah,
control.
yeah,
But it was
yeah.
just going to kill someone. Which is why obviously I phoned in and followed her along. But
Good for you. Can I say something? Like, I think we can sometimes like overthink calling 999. Like, I think in that situation I would be questioning myself, like, God, should I or should I not? Or do you know what I mean? But it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, of course you do.
Yeah,
Of course you do. If they don't deem it to be important enough, then they won't deal with it.
exactly.
You know, I think I've got like something about like wasting their time or whatever it is. Of course
Yeah.
not. You just do it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that one's literally like life and death. And like, I would
Yeah.
think nothing of, I suppose my pickup's all bashed up, so I don't really care. But I would think nothing of like block it, get in front of that person.
Yeah, but that's because probably you've
Yeah,
been
I've been in the police. It's easy for
You've got
plus it could, like, if you're following them,
I know.
it could be a 6-foot guy.
exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And like, I'll need to deal with that, but I back myself to deal with that.
Yeah,
Whereas,
yeah.
because I can run really fast. But like, what are you gonna do? Like, 100%. I'm not expecting people to do
No.
that, but you absolutely should be phoning the police if
Yeah.
you see somebody waving them, because there's things that can be allowed to get away with, but that is not one of them.
No.
And I don't expect you to phone the police if you see somebody using their phone or something snide like that,
Yeah, aye.
which is wrong as well. But it's absolute snide grassing if you're phoning the police for that. But drink driving,
Yeah.
different game altogether. So. Yeah, and then here's the other bit that's controversial. Now I've worked in the police, as you know. The police system as a whole and the court system as a whole I have no time for. Like, I think the whole thing's a disgrace. Not the police officer on the street. You know, they are a fair representation of the general public. They're just normal people like us.
Yep.
They're the people you phone if somebody's in your house. They're the people that phone if there's a drink driver. They're the people you phone if you lose a kid. They're the people you teach your kids. Here's another thing. People would always, when you're walking the city centre, you'd hear people say, you better behave or I'll get the policeman to take you away. That's the worst thing you can say to a kid, because then when that kid gets lost,
Yep.
they see the policeman.
in the Wallace Curry podcast.
Yeah, they see the policeman, they run away.
Yeah.
Should always be, go to
Yeah,
the police, they'll help
definitely.
you. Bring us over, the police will always
Yeah,
talk to a
talk
kid,
to them.
take a photo. So there is times where the police are great, but this court system and all that's shocking. So like the boy phoned me for a statement, and I just says, "Nah, I'm not giving you a statement."
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and that's your right, by the way, folks. You don't have to give a statement.
Why do you not?
I don't want. My only interest was in making sure nobody died.
Right,
That's done.
okay.
I couldn't care less if she gets done.
Right.
I have no interest in that, and I'm certainly not wanting to go to court 3 times
No.
to sit all day when I've got work to do, and you get no recompense for it when you're self-employed. I've no interest in going sitting and fanning about with the court. Like Andy Woodburn was telling us, the amount of times he went to the court that it was dealt with. It's an absolute shambles, the court system, and I've no interest in being part of that. Like my only interest was in making sure nobody died.
Yeah.
And that happened. So I've done my bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Deal with it as you want. You've got her over the limit. You don't need me to speak to anything else. All right, they maybe don't have her driving, but as I say, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People are safe. That's the main thing. Anyway, that's my wee rant about that. That was my story.
Good story.
We're turning this into a big thing now. Anything else moving forward? We definitely won't have one of these next Friday.
No.
That'll be us maybe to the new year.
Yeah.
We could do a new year one. But yeah, no, listen, thanks to everybody that's been following the podcast the last year. It's been great.
Yeah, it has.
Figures are unreal. Thanks to
Actually
Crystalyx and Animax for behind us. If you want to support us, when's this out? Friday? Too late to get any merch for Christmas. But that's okay. Get it for New Year.
Yeah.
We'll keep posting it out. Moving forward, yeah, you've Christmas plans. You're at Chris Flat.
Yep, I'll be at the farm.
As always. Yeah, we'll just be having beef. You're having beef. That's nice.
Yeah.
We'll have beef together.
Oh.
So yeah, nothing else to update. One thing I think I will touch on, I think it's maybe good, I think it is important to mention, was we were both at the funeral of Heather Gray.
Yeah.
On
Friday.
Yeah, what day is this now? Oh yeah, we're recording this on Monday, so that was Friday. That was last Friday, a week past on Friday. We were at the funeral of Heather Gray. Heather was only 25. Many people listening to this know Heather. Hard not to.
Yeah.
Big personality. And if you don't, if you know Heather, you know her dad, Big Davy Gray, Drumnessy. Great people. There must have been about 600 people there.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah.
For the service part of it, it was at
Fintry Sports Club.
Fintry Sports Club, which is a fantastic venue.
Yeah,
it was massive. It's like an
perfect.
indoor bowls arena. Managed to seat about 600 people. Well fed. I thought our brother Cameron,
He spoke so well.
unbelievable.
So well.
He did it wasn't a eulogy. I suppose it was
Tribute.
a tribute. Sorry, yeah. Told some stories, amazing stories. He dropped in some great jokes that are just so Heather.
Yeah.
He delivered it so bloody well. It was
did.
incredible. And then shout out to John McGregor as well.
Yeah.
Alan Fold, who did a tribute
Yep.
as well. And John was really struggling too, and got through it fantastically well. It was she was only 25, Heather.
Just a legend.
She was, yeah. I mean, there's lots. I said this, but there's a lot of great people in farming. But Heather was like absolutely, one of the absolute best of them. Absolute best of them. It was an absolute tragedy. So I just want to give a quick mention to Heather, and it affects us as well as a fam. Just because a lot of people struggle. Christmas, everybody thinks Christmas is a nice time of year.
Yep.
But like, I take ourselves as an example, and particularly my mum. Like,
Yeah.
it's
hard.
yeah, got to put a brave face because my dad's dead.
Yeah.
So like, and Christmas is all about family.
Yep.
And it's great for all of us. Like, if maybe your close family are all still here, which is great.
So lucky.
So
Yep.
Christmas really special, really amazing. Whereas I find when you've got that loss of the family,
Just highlights.
it's never the same.
No. Of course.
And it just highlights it because they're not
Yep.
there.
Yep.
And I think it's just
Absolutely.
important, to think that there's a lot of people in the same boat, and it's just a difficult. I think it's a harder time of year than it is a happy time, to be honest with you.
Do you, Cammy?
I think for majority, and maybe
Yeah.
not. Probably for the majority. I think actually the harder side of it is worse than the happy side, if I'm honest with you.
Right. Okay.
I think some people cover it up by buying too many stupid gifts and things they don't need. When for me, it's all about it's just about family.
Yeah.
And I say, obviously, I said we miss our dad at Christmas, but the ironic thing was he was only ever there for 5 minutes in the morning, and then he was like,
You're doing really many.
I need to go check the house. There's actually not that much difference. He's like, I need to go check the house now. And he'd be away as soon as he could. He'd be like, wait, what's that? He's like, what do you think this one is, Dad? Oh, yeah. Whatever your mum got you. It was as much a surprise to him. It was as much a surprise to him as it was to us, because he'd never seen any of the gifts. So yeah, as soon as he could, out the door, check the house, which took a surprising long time. on Christmas Day, and then back for lunch and dinner or whatever. But yeah, so just thinking of everyone this Christmas. And we'll see you in the new year for more Friday chats, and of course we'll have our regular podcast out on the Tuesdays. I've been Cammy.
I've been Iona.
And we are all fed by farmers.